You ran out of your apartment after your brother. Eric, stop right there. Eric, shout as much as you want, still I will go. Why don't you understand? They are all rich and dangerous, and you are too young to be with them. You know what? You are too boring, Jean. You don't know how to enjoy the life. Don't speak like you know. He just smirked and started his bike. Don't forget that I am 5 minutes older than you. Please don't go, you mumbled, seeing your twin brother going. You sat down sighing in disappointment. Life after your parents' death was difficult, but Eric's immature interests were making it more difficult. You looked up when you heard bike sound. Did he come back? That was Carlos, your classmate. Hey Jan, why are you sitting here like this? Then you remembered that you called him for combined studies. But your mind started planning something else. Carlos, I need help. Tell me what happened. I want you to take me somewhere. It's about Eric. He nodded and started his bike. You sat behind him and told him the address. The bike stopped at the destination. You stepped down looking at the entrance with bodyguards. There were parked a lot of expensive vehicles that showed that this place is only for rich people with a lot of free time in their hands. Carlos, is Eric here? Carlos was also stunned like you. This is the address I got from his friends. This is not a safe place, Jan. I heard it also has an illegal fighting section. By any chance is Eric? Unfortunately, yes. Let's go and take him with us. But guards didn't allow you to go inside since you didn't have any membership or invitation. After many pleadings and explanations, they only allowed you to go inside. Carlos didn't want you to go alone, but it was the only option. Your eyes widened. People were crazily howling to the music. You stumbled when a guy almost fell at you. He was drenched in sweat and alcohol. You asked a waiter and made your way towards the fighting section. Your heart dropped in your chest as you opened the door and it made a roar sound. And then your heart thumped as people around you screamed violently. Their attention was only on a level stage in the center of that strange place. You also tried to look, and your blood froze in your body at the sight. A man wearing no shirt was furiously beating a guy. There was a demon tattoo at his back, making his aura more dark. You managed to move forward and found that the guy was beaten to death was none other than your brother. Eric, you screamed at the top of your lungs, but the noise around you was way more louder. The beast was punching Eric non-stop. Blood was oozing out of his mouth, spitting everywhere. Kill him, kill him. The howling words of those animals shivered your soul and you shook your head. That man Smith made a fist and was about to punch already devastated Eric when you entered the ring. Stop, please. You came in between them. That man was still holding Eric's collar. He looked at you, piercing sword. You shivered in fear as the crowd roared again. Kill them, Taehyung, kill them. He raised his hand and the crowd went silent. Who are you, little girl? I am his sister. Please let us go, sir. You pleaded to have your brother's life. Jean, what are you doing here? He mumbled your name like tasting it. I am here to take you with me. Ta left Eric's collar and he fell down on his knees. You also sat down to help him. I will not come. If I survive till end, I will get $1 million. Have you lost your sanity? What if you don't survive? Then he will die. You glued at the voice. You could sense he was sitting behind you at a small distance. You turned your head towards him with tears in your eyes. And the worst part is that if he backed out, he will pay that amount to us. Sir, we aren't well off to pay that much. Please let us go. You again pleaded. Since it about business, so we should talk at some decent place. You can go for now. You sighed in relief and thanked him several times. He just kept smiling. Then you dragged Eric with you, who could barely walk, but still was insisting to stay there. It's been a week since you returned from that horrible place. Taehyung didn't contact you. You almost believed that he forgot about you people. Today you didn't go to college since you had a fever and feeling weak. Doorbell rang and you hardly walked to open the door, and there was standing the person you were expecting the least. He will not let me in. We have a business to talk about. His deep voice and dark orbs intimidated you. Eric is not home. I know, I am here to talk with you. Saying that, he entered and settled himself in the couch like this is his own house. What do you want to talk about? About the debt. Did you forget already? You gulped. How could you forget about that? Sir, we don't have. Call me Taehyung. That was obviously an order. You confused even more. Taehyung, we don't have that much money to return you. He smiled at your delicate figure. Then you can pay with something else. You gave him a confused look. He stood up and walked to you. You stepped back until your back touched the wall. Come with me, and your brother will not be indebted to me anymore. Your eyes widened. You felt insulted and disgusted by his offer. What the hell are you saying? Your voice holded the visible anger. Hell, I promise I will show you the heaven, my girl. He was dangerously close to you. I am not your girl, and get out of here. His dark eyes turned more dark as you raised your voice. Don't you dare to talk in that tone, he said, gritting his teeth and caressing your cheek. You're scared to death, but still, you yanked his hand. Then he held your wrist and started dragging you. We will talk and do more at my place. No, leave me. You screamed, but he didn't pay attention. You started hitting his hand with which he had grabbed you. Getting annoyed, he stopped. Your brother agreed to this already. You shouldn't make it difficult now. You felt a pang in your heart hearing this. No, you are lying. He saw the pain of betrayal in your eyes and felt bad for you. He is young and always makes wrong decisions. Was he trying to console you? How could my brother sell me like this? Tears were rushing down. He wiped away your tears softly. You looked at him in surprise at his changed attitude. He felt your tears and again put that rough and rude expression. Then he again dragged you, and this time you didn't oppose. It was a beautiful mansion. You hesitantly followed him. Many servants gathered around and bowed to him. So I am going to work with them, you thought. Start the celebration. Your king got his queen. You looked at him, and your eyes met with him. You were shocked at his words. He covered the distance and pecked your lips softly. Your heart almost came out of your chest. Welcome, my queen, he whispered huskily, brushing his lips with your ear. What are you? Before you could complete your question, everyone around started clapping and wishing you. And then he picked you up in bridal style and went towards the stairs. He entered in his room and placed you on the bed. What was all that? Soon we are getting married. What are you saying? I will never marry you. You raised your voice in frustration. No one is asking you. You are bound to do that. Never. I will never do that. You screamed with tears, feeling helpless. He was losing his patience now. He closed his eyes to control not to burst out at you and hurt you. You should be grateful that I didn't bring you here as a slave. Anger was visible in his eyes. It was better to be a slave than to get married to you. You were innocent, and you didn't understand the meaning of being a slave. Hearing that, his aura completely changed. He was looking like a beast that you saw in the club. Ta, really? You doubted what you heard. You shook your head in horror and pain. Definitely you will never do that. You are my obsession, Jan, and I wanted to keep you with me forever by marrying you. But guess what? You prefer to be a slave than obey your master. Your body shivered even at the thought of it. No, please. You crawled back at the headboard as he took predatory steps towards you with a straight face.